If God would give me his power for 24 hours, you would see how many changes I would make in this world. But if he gave me his wisdom too, I would leave things as they are.
There are evils which are not explained or understood and which bring no visible good to the victim. How do we explain the power and goodness of God in such scenarios?
That is called what theologians or philosophers call gratuitous evil. We can't see any good coming from this particular evil. But just because we can't see good coming from it doesn't mean there isn't good coming from it due to the ripple effect. It's impossible to know what a particular event or how a particular event will affect the future. Only God can know how all of the trillions of interacting events that occur here on earth work together for good to those that love God and are called according to his purpose. So there's no way of knowing if gratuitous evil actually exists from our limited perspective. There's no way of knowing that. Yeah. In fact, there was a pastor at the church in Notre Dame about 150 years ago, a Roman Catholic pastor, priest, who said something very profound about the problem of evil. And I'm trying to do this from memory, so it's going to be a paraphrase, but he said something like this. He said, if God would give me his power for 24 hours, you would see how many changes I would make in this world. But if he gave me his wisdom too, I would leave things as they are. What's the implication of that? The implication is that we don't know how a particular event is going to ripple forward into the future to affect other events. All we're told to do is do good and fight evil. But if we were to have the power to artificially stop everything that occurs that we think is evil, God may actually be using that for good. We're told to fight evil, but without the wisdom of God, without the complete knowledge of God, we can't tell whether a particular evil won't actually lead to a greater good later. We don't know.
Yeah, that's
true. We don't know that.
I have a great resource. There's a book by Dr. Bruce Little called God, Why This Evil? And he's, I think, the main philosopher that deals with the whole question of gratuitous evil. There are a lot of philosophers that take the side that there's no such thing. But that also troubles a lot of Christians because we see it from our perspective that this is so. So God, Why This Evil by Bruce A. Little.